you there? Do you have a staring problem? Oh, you don't? Well then, would you mind keeping your eyes off of my coins? If you don't, I believe that we may have issues. Good. I'm glad we agree. Oh my. You're the prettiest of the bunch. So shiny. I love you. I'm sorry, didn't we agree that you wouldn't be staring at my coins? Wait. Are you a guard? You aren't. Well then, prove it to me. Ah. The Thieves' Creed. You're a part of the guild, are you? Wonderful, wonderful. Go ahead, sit down. Take a load off. Join me. It's not often that I come across other members. Yeah, well, if you'd like, you can order some gruel. I don't know what it's actually called, that's what I call it. It's, well, I don't know what it is, and it tastes like nothing. But it really, it does the job. And if you'd like something to drink, they have a dark ale that definitely tastes like something. But again, it does the job. Better than nothing. But what this place lacks in good food and drink, they make up for in other things. This place is very quiet, and the staff here, they look the other way. So I definitely recommend this tavern if you'd like to count your coins in peace. This is the spoils of my most recent trip to the Shire Mint Way. It's where all magical beings gather. This city is a central hub of many different kinds, and so all sorts of treasures can be found. Have you any treasures? Not yet. Are you new? You are? Well, it takes a lot of practice, so don't let it get you down. Why, may I ask, did you join the Thieves' Guild? I see. Well, that's quite admirable. Quite admirable of you. Me. Well, it's not quite as deep as your reason. You see, I have a infatuation with shiny things. And unfortunately, when I see something shiny and I have to have it, people don't just give it to you. So you have to steal it. I have trained in this trade for quite a while just to make sure that all the shiny objects I could ever want are in my possession. Raccoon? What are you talking about? I'm not half raccoon. I do not know what you mean by that, and I can't believe that you would even suggest that I would be half raccoon. Oh. That's not what you said. You were just mentioning that raccoons also like shiny objects. I see. Yes, that is a very astute observation, but of course, I'm not half raccoon. I was the one that brought that up. Yes, yes. Well, it needed to be said. Would you like to take a look at my coins? I love to show off my collection. You would? Good, good. Well, I'd like to show you this one here. It's my new favourite. The coin looks like the moon and it shines like the stars. It's incredible. I've never seen anything like it. Nothing compares. I could stare at it for hours. It's dangerous having a coin like this. I could get lost. I wonder where it is it came from. I stole it from some elf. I think it was a druid. He was all by himself. Long silver hair. He looked odd. As in, different. Perhaps he was a powerful druid of some sort, I don't know. But I wish I could find him again, so I could steal more. I'll set that aside for my own good. Oh, my sleeves. Well, I understand that in the night it's best not to reflect or show yourself, but these are actually enchanted. If you were to get hit with the reflection, you would be disoriented at night. So, makes it easier for me, and that way people don't see my face. Anyway, next. This one is also very shiny. But it's smooth on one end, with interesting ridges on the other side. I've heard of something like this. It's called worry stone. Whenever you are having issues with worrying, I suppose, you just keep this in your pocket and you rub it, and it helps to relieve stress. It's also very nice to hold. The different textures feel very nice, and it's heavy. It's a heavy coin, which is lovely. That's a good one. This one here, you can actually break in half. Another one from a druid. As you can see, it has a tree. One side with leaves, the other side without. And then on the other side, I guess it's their leaders. Again, I don't know the people that I'm stealing from, so I don't know their culture or what any of this means. But it's really interesting looking at the tree with the leaves and the tree without. I know it has some deeper significance to it, but I'm not sure. I wonder if somewhere in history someone who was evil and spiteful burned down a very important and powerful tree. That would be just evil, wouldn't it? This one is fun. I'm sure you've seen this one before. This is actually just the packaging. See, the mouse. This coin is from the rat people in the sewers. As you can see, it's a pizza. You can, again, break this apart so that it's 8 individual. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, 8 individual slices. And that is their currency. Really interesting people, these rats. This one I stole off of a turtle. I was surprised that he had it. You don't see much of these above ground. So, when I noticed that he had one, I stole it immediately. Poor guy. He had a orange scarf around his head. Really odd in terms of fashion. But I'm glad he was there. And of course, Sir Mousington. No, what is it? What is his name? Oh, it's Sir Squeakerton. I apologise. Everybody knows of Sir Squeakerton. Oh, you don't? Well, they say that Sir Squeakerton was absolutely detrimental to the peace treaty between those people in the sewers and the people above ground. For a very long time, the people in the sewers were not allowed above ground. They were seen as lower than or less than or dirty. But eventually, Sir Squeakerton changed the minds of everyone above ground. So they do still keep to themselves and prefer to stay underground, but they may come above if they like. This one's a good one. Alright, what else do we have here? Ooh. I don't know much about this one. If you can see all the intricate details on this. Look at that. I do believe that the one that I took this from was speaking of some sort of sun god. I don't know much about the sun god, but it's quite beautiful, isn't it? I love larger coins. This one's again very shiny, which I like. Lots of texture. Something tells me that one might be cursed. Just something tells me. I'll keep it anyway. Because even if I am cursed, I have this. Look at the purple on the coin. On one side you have a 4-leaf clover, and on the other you have a horseshoe. They say that this one is a lucky coin. I didn't actually steal this one, I swear. I found it. Yes. Clover side up. Which means very lucky things are coming my way. Whether you believe in luck or not, that's quite a coincidence. This one I will keep with me wherever I go. That way I know luck is on my side. And you just can't get over that colour, the purple. It's beautiful. Just holding it, I feel lucky. Set that aside. Let's see here. Look at this. Do you know what that is? if you do, I would be very impressed. Do you not? Well, this is an anatomical heart. That's what your heart looks like on the inside. You wouldn't be expected to know what it looks like unless you were a doctor or unless you've killed someone and you've seen the insides. No, goodness no, I'm not a murderer. My father was a doctor, and my mother, she was not a rodent. Yes. Anyway. Where was I? No, I wasn't talking about the rodents of the sewers. I was talking about an anatomical heart. So this one, again, can be broken in half. I would break them for you, but you see, my hands are nimble and quick. What they have in speed, they lack in strength. So I do not have the strength to break it apart, unfortunately. We all have our weaknesses. All right. Oh, this one was fun. It was stolen off someone who was wearing a lot of coats. They seem to be from the north. This one says on one side, naughty, and on the other, nice. Naughty and nice. This man, he had a beard quite like this, actually. A big, large beard. Very white. His clothes, red. Jolly man, actually. I felt sort of bad, stealing from him. Perhaps I should see if I should steal from him again. Oh, nice. All right, next time I see him, I won't steal from him again. This one's useful. This one's fun, because it's quite true. Have you ever owned cats? I see. Well, look at this. Let's do this. It says, pet the cat. And on the other side, flip again. Isn't that fun? I'd be careful though, you don't want to go up to any tabaxi with this. It might be insulting to their whole species. Although I have heard they enjoy pets. Just saying. I'm sorry, that was rude of me. Just because they're a tabaxi doesn't mean they enjoy pets. I understand, sorry. Let's see, shall I pet the cat? Next time I see a cat. Ooh, flip again. Flip again. Pet the cat. It seems next time I see a cat, I come across one, I will need to chase it until I can pet it. I have to. That's the law. I flipped the coin. And this, there's a tree on one side, and on the other, it says, Shire Mint Post. This one was actually free as well. I didn't steal this. They hand these out at the hub of the Shire Mint way, where all the market, where the marketplace is and all the stands and all the people gather. They do hand these out, so this one I didn't steal, but it is shiny. And you know I like that. Ah. All these coins are very lovely. Those are my new ones that I've stolen today. I also have a collection that I keep with me of all the other coins that I've stolen throughout the years. Ah, yes, this has been my infatuation for quite a while. Oh, these ones have such a cool sound and very interesting colours. They're fun to stare into. Like I said, I do love the shiny things. This one's glittery, if you can see. Very interesting. This one, gosh, I don't know where I got this one. Where was I? I knew they were some sort of celestial beings. Quite ethereal. Maybe that's why it looks like galaxies. Either way, they didn't notice that they were down for coins, I suppose. I don't know what you would call these, if you call them coins. But they couldn't buy anything, so I think they're worth a lot. Ah, this is my collection of iron coins. I like to separate them by type and shininess. Hear that? Whew. There's a good amount of them. Let's see if I can find some fun ones. There's a lot to show off, so I'm going to have to pick a few that I find personally very, very interesting. So, first off, look at that. It has a skull on it, and it says Memento Vivere, Memento Mori. Always remember that you will die. It's sort of grim, but I think that it reminds me that I should live my life instead of living in fear. I'll die anyway, so there's no need to be scared of life, right? I like this one. This one I stole off a little girl. I pride myself in that. Children normally notice. They're not always as easy to steal from as you think. They like shiny objects almost as much as I do. This one says Vala Mogulis, Vala Daenerys. Not quite sure. As I hold this, I get an odd feeling, very odd feeling, like I'm not quite myself. So although it's shiny and I like to look at it and wonder what Vala Mogulis could mean, I can't hold it for very long. Did I mention that the girl I stole this from, she was blind? Don't let that fool you. You might think, well, then it must have been easier to steal from her. Wrong. She actually ended up almost beating me up. She had a cane and she ended up whacking me with it. Real quick. Look at this one. Look at that. An eye. Very cool. I have no idea what these symbols mean, but I think they are dwarven. They must be dwarven. You know the dwarves like their iron. Let's see what's next. Ooh, the gnome coins. Yes, gnomes have coins too, of course, and they're just as tiny. I have to be careful though, because they're easy to lose. Am I? Look at how tiny these coins are. You've got to be kidding me. Listen to their little tiny sounds. I love it. I don't even know if I could hold it up for you to see, but look how tiny. And my hands are not large. I have quite small hands, the better for stealing, but these coins in my hand look so small. Could you imagine in a barbarian's hands what they would feel like? So cool. Holding them though, I get worried that I'm going to lose one. So let's put them back in their bag. One year, I came here and there was a convention. Something about gnomes, and there was a lot of them. They were celebrating. They had little tiny plates of food, and my goodness, they drank just as much as a regular person. Yes, tiny food, but a ton of beer. And of course, very tiny coins. I had fun with that one. It was difficult though. Imagine the size of their pockets. Yeah, I ended up having to steal most of it once they were drunk and had the coins on the table, because really it's like hard to do. And let's see here. Brass. Let's appreciate the sounds with brass coins real quick. I can appreciate the sounds, although, of course, the shine is what does it for me. All right. Lots of different ones. You see, remember the moon coin that I was telling you about? And how special it was? Well, the reason is because normally the druids' coins look like this. Very pretty, again, just like the moon. Very cool. And they have the back side of the moon as well. But the difference is the shine. The colour. I mean, of course, this one's very shiny and very nice, but the other one, right? The colour of the stars. This one's very cool, though. Here we have these coins. I'm not sure where they came from, but the group of people that I stole these off of, I think they were from the Pantheon, from a different realm. They must have travelled here. They may have been gods or patrons of gods. Just look. Pantheon of some sort. Oh, this one. Stole it off an elf. Oh, sorry. Well, okay, there was an elf there. But next to him there was some sort of half-human. It reminded me of a dwarf. It had large ears and large feet, very large. And, how do I explain this? Very furry feet as well. It was mentioning something about second breakfast. Second breakfast, really? I could barely eat one. Very interesting people. Gosh. Very nice, though. I asked them for the coin and they gave it to me. Normally I'd steal it, but they saw me eyeing it and they just offered. Very nice people. So, also this one's very cool with the hand. Yeah, anyway, I can't keep going on and on about these coins because I have to move on because I'd like to show you all of them. Or at least all of my favourites. There's only a few in here that I haven't shown you. Let's see. Put these back in the bag. Two more. Okay. This one is copper. Copper coins. An absolute staple. What's more traditional than a copper coin? Not much. Oof. So, these are also rather tiny. Let's see, let's set them down so I don't lose them. Have to look closely. Again, these were also from the odd creatures with the big feet and the large ears that were very nice, but also obsessed with this second breakfast. It wouldn't have surprised me if they had asked about a third breakfast. Yes. Rambunctious people. This one's quite interesting because it's not rounded. It has a very beaten up outer ridges, and there's a wolf on the other side. Oh, is it a tiger? I'm not sure. And on the other side there's a person of unknown origin. I have no idea. Some people come to the marketplace and they look very haggard and worn. And they're the ones that hold these very odd ones with the not so rounded edges. It doesn't seem to be like a very widely used currency. This one has a dragon on it, if you can see. And on the other side it says Aegon Targaryen. I have no idea who Aegon is, or Targaryen such, but there's a lizard people that come here every once in a while. I don't know what their species is called. It's on the back of my tongue, but they do carry around coins and they often have this man Aegon Targaryen on them. Not sure where it comes from, but I didn't bother to ask while I was stealing it from them. They're very slippery. They often have... You know, I shouldn't shame the reptile species. This one's square. Has a double-headed snake on it. Another reptile one. Let's see here. A lot from the weird creatures with the ears. And a lot from reptile species. The reptiles, they were, again, it was a convention, some sort of gathering. There was this special dragon there, and they all wanted to meet him. Not sure why. It was a golden dragon. Very cool looking. I didn't care too much about the dragon though. It wasn't shiny. But the other reptiles, they were very taken aback by him. Either way. That's how I ended up with a lot of reptile-related coins. Alright, and lastly, of course this isn't the entirety of my collection. At home in my burrow, at my place of residence, I have a very vast collection that I keep. These are just ones that I keep around on me for funsies because I like to look at them. So, these are the chunky and unique coins. Some of my favourites. Alright. These are the high-priced coins, the ones that if you were to steal, I would if I were you, but again I have my eyes on your hands, and I'm very sharp-eyed. Another moon coin from the Druids, but this one is a different type. I believe it might be copper, but I'm not sure. Look at this. This is worth an awful lot. My guess is that some druid arrived with this thinking that they'd be set for their whole stay here at Shire Mint, but after I got this one, I think they probably had to go back home to the forest wherever they came from. Do I feel bad? Slightly. But the payoff, I mean, look at this. Look at it. It's huge. It's like the moon itself. And I love the weight of these bigger coins. It's just something else. This one was also from a pantheon, I suppose, follower. If it was a god, I would think that it wouldn't have let me steal it from them. So, with those weird creatures with the big ears and the big feet, there was this tall man with a very long beard. Well, he was looking the other way, distracted by hearing about second and third breakfast. Look at this coin that I stole from him. It's absolutely beautiful. The writing is so interesting to look at. I've never seen writing like this before. So intricate. Different from what I'm used to. Let's see. Another Memento Mori, but this one is chunkier. Oh, maybe it's just as chunky, but it's made of something else. This one says Esgaroth, Lake Town, Ducatu. I have no idea who I stole this from. Not even the slightest idea. Listen, when you've been in the game as long as I have, sometimes you tend to forget where, you got some of these, especially if they were just any old looking person. Some of these, of course, they have a story behind them because they are interesting. But okay. Next to the wizard, there was this tall elf. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful, long red hair. Look at this. It's like a moon, a crescent moon, and it has that beautiful writing on it. And there are two trees right there. I suppose the two trees have some sort of significance. Although if I look at it like this, it looks almost like a boat. Let's see here. Another moon. This one is small, but it's chunky. It's a thick coin. There's a tree on one side and a 3 on the other. 3 of something, I'm not sure. What's this? Oh, okay, this one's another interesting one. I stole it off of a very handsome man. I must say, he was something else. He had a furry jacket or cape on. He looked lost, like he didn't know what was going on, like he knew nothing. But it says, Stark, winter is coming. Winter is coming. What a beautiful statement. I suppose it just means that, the seasons come and they go, and life keeps moving on, so I believe it must be some sort of, inspirational quote. Although some places winter can't be very nice. I think winters aren't amazing for a lot of places around here, so it may be an omen of coming doom. Who knows? Either way, this coin is quite beautiful, and I like it because it reminds me of how gorgeous that man was. I was too shy to speak with him. Oh, well, thieves like us, we don't really do a lot of talking. So, charisma isn't really my main. Yeah. Anyway, I should be putting these away because I don't want to tempt you. This one's fun. It's a snake. On the other side, some sort of person. Dressed oddly. Steger. Anyway, I should put these away. Although, tell me, what did you think of my collection? It's nice, isn't it? Very shiny, very nice. Worth a lot, yes, but that's not really what it's about. Like I said, it's about looking at the coins. It's not about selling the coins. Well, that's your prerogative, not mine. Can you have one? Absolutely not. Unless you had to trade. You have something that's maybe shinier than one of these coins here. Really? I like a look. Yeah. It's just shiny, but it's not really my type. Not anything small that you can fit in your hand and look at for hours. Something from back home. Show me. Oh my. What sort of coin is that? Wow. From your homeland, you say? America? What is that called, that coin? A quarter. I've never heard of anything like it. A quarter. Interesting. So, you see, I have quite a attachment to the coins I have now. And I understand you'd like to trade it for the pizza coin, but I'm attached to that one, as well as all the others as I had just mentioned, so. And the thing is, I have now become attached to your quarter. And unfortunately, there's nothing we could do about that. You're going to have to hand it over. Yes, there's really no going about this other than you handing me that quarter. Yes. I don't generally get violent. But I'm going to need that quarter. No, don't worry, Maggie. Everything's fine over here. Just some negotiations. We might need a medic. Depends. Yes, more gruel, please.